LeBron. Nabate Al's Sirius XM radio. Wanted to ask you about your 49 points and being able to get to the paint at ease. Talk about how that was, you were able to be effective that way tonight.
I'm just happy I was able to make enough plays to help our team win. That's all that matters. Definitely wasn't at ease. It may look that way, but it's hard work and dedication to all of our guys, and we put in a great effort to get this game.
LeBron, it looked like after you missed that last free throw, you might have muttered a little to yourself there. Did you assume you knew what was at stake for you personally?
Yeah. That's the first time I've been disappointed in myself in the win. But it definitely won't take away from the fact that it was a huge game for us. We're able to win this ball game, but it's a free throw. And I hate missing free throws. So.
Vincent Davis, New York Amsterdam News. Did you feel the need to take over the game?
I felt the need that we needed to win this game. So whatever I needed to do to help us win, then it needed to be done. And, offensively, defensively, being the leader that I am on the floor, just trying to help us overcome any adversity the game presents itself. And like I said, with the first question, I was happy and pleased that I was able to make some plays to help us win.
LeBron in the back. Chris Bosh's three-pointers and how important they've been to you throughout the season. When you started that sequence, Chris is 1 of 5 on threes, just missed a couple. What were your thoughts as the ball went around in that direction? And how significant is it that you have a center who can step out and shoot and make three-pointers like that?
Well, the sequence went with me setting a high pick and roll for D-Wade, and they kind of messed up the coverage. So D-Wade was able to hit me down the middle. And I went to attack KG, came off a CB, and I already knew exactly what was about to happen. As soon as I seen KG rotated to me, so I spun in the paint, threw it to Rio, and I already knew it was going to find CB. And as soon as they got to Rio, I knew it was going to be good for CB.
And your thoughts on the significance of Chris as a center being able to do what he's been doing?
Well, he's big time, and his ability to shoot the ball is a great equalizer for our team.
LeBron, Howard Magdal, Sports on Earth. Before the game, it looked like you were watching Game 4 from the 2011 playoff series against the Celtics. Curious why you chose that. That was also a game you took over offensively, and whether that was going through your mind during the course of the game.
We don't. Yes, I was watching the game, but we don't choose which playoff games that's on the TV. Our coaching staff prepares that. We watched everything from the 1986 playoff game between Detroit and Boston to a 2011 playoff game today with us in Boston to Toronto playing Orlando in 2007. CB and Richard was on their respective teams. So we don't pick the playoff games that we watch. Our coaching staff do that, and it's always great to see those games, either if you're a part of them or not.
Did it feel relevant though, just given a similar situation for the team? And
yeah, it did. I mean, we went to a building after losing Game 3 and Game 4. Housetown Robinson, the same faces, new jerseys, different jerseys. But it felt like one of those same type of games, where every shot, every possession, means a lot. And he was able to become victorious in that game in 2011 and also tonight.
Thank you.
Mo Hamilton, Sportsnet New York, in front of you. Joe Johnson's made a number of big shots for this next team over the course of the season, which you're probably aware. How much confidence do you have in your defensive ability, especially with the 5 fouls coming down the stretch, to be able to stop him from scoring?
It's a make or miss league. But I take pride in my defense just as much as I do offensively. I believe in a one-on-one situation that I can stop anyone from scoring. And it doesn't happen like that all the time. Guys make shots. But I just wanted to try to put some pressure on him and make him take a tough one. And he missed one. He missed 2 of them.
LeBron, Nick Medellino, Starting 5 Online. You guys talked about how you thought you buried Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. You find yourself in another closeout game against these guys. What's the mentality heading into Game 5?
Win. It's the mentality we want in every postseason game. Play with a sense of urgency defensively. Help one another communicate. Try to get the ball moving offensively, get it moving from one side to another and attack. And we do those things. We do it with a clear mind, but at the same time, an aggressive mind. We're ourselves a good chance to win.
LeBron, Young Suki, ESPN New York. Joe Johnson said he thought you flopped on that second miss, and also I was wondering, did you think that Joe and the Nets got caught up trying to draw your sixth foul?
I don't know. I mean, me off the floor benefits the other team. But for me, I didn't think about me having 5 fouls. I thought about just trying to get a stop. And I was able to keep my body in front of him and make him take a tough one. D-Wade was able to rebound.
LeBron back here, Ethan Smolik, Turner Sports Bleacher Report. Erik said that he thought about sort of asking you to come out, but wasn't really serious about it. Was there any thoughts in your head that maybe you might not play the entire fourth quarter?
He asked me, and I didn't know if he was serious or not. And what I told him, I cannot say again. So I wanted to finish out the game. I feel like it was a must-win for us. And for us to come in, play the way we played, and defend the way we played, it was big time. But Spo, he coached a great game and put us in a position, and the players executed, and got a good roll win.
LeBron, Jeff Zogin, USA Today. Erik said that you read the game, and what is your definition of reading the game, and what did you read tonight that dictated the way you played offensively?
I don't know. It's a lot to go through my mind throughout a basketball game. And sometimes it gets me in trouble because it's so much. I'm reading and reacting, going through plays in my mind that hasn't even happened yet. But for the most part, it kind of benefits our team. It benefits me. I was in attack mode early, getting into the paint, getting to the free throw line. I think I had 8 free throw attempts in the first quarter. So that's huge for our team. It's huge in a couple senses. It puts us all in attack mode, and it also allows us to set our half-court defense. I don't know. People always talk about my basketball IQ. I don't really talk about it as much, but I see a lot going on in the game that I'm not sure if everyone sees. And I'm happy that I'm able to give it to my teammates because it benefits us.
LeBron, Steve Popper, Bergen Record Mill. You talked about that play with Bosch, but how hard is it or easy is it when you've got 49 and you're having the night you're having to make that right play, to swing it and to not try and take KG on there?
It's not hard at all. I make the right play every single time, make or miss. And, a couple shots before that, CB missed back-to-back threes off my passes. One of them was from D-Wade and the next one was from me. But that doesn't mean it's not the right play. It doesn't matter to me. If you make the right play, you draw 2, that means you got a 4-on-3 on the backside. And I drew 2. And we had a 2-on-1 on the backside in that instance where Rio swung to the CB in the corner. So it's a numbers game. And you live by it, and you make the right play, you live by it, the results of it.
LeBron, you said you went into attack mode at the start of the game. What in particular led you to feel like that was necessary tonight?
It's actually necessary every playoff game, but every playoff game is different. I found some creases early in the game. I was able to attack early and get into the paint. And my teammates delivered the ball to me in the right position. It wasn't always me getting the rebound and pushing the coast to coast. Obviously, I only had 6 rebounds, so my teammates did a great job of getting me the ball in a position where I could just lay the ball up or back my guys down and make plays happen. So it was a well-played game for us offensively, but even more of a sense of urgency defensively. That's where we won the game. It wasn't offense.
Microphone over there. Chris. Hey, Joe, over on your left. On your last 2 shots, how much were you concentrating on trying to draw a 6th foul on LeBron?
I wasn't necessarily trying to draw a foul on him, but I thought he was aggressive, so I was just trying to use his aggressiveness against him. But he flopped in the last one. Joe, over here.
when you say you flopped, did that kind of throw you off a little bit?
Yeah, it did. I should have known they wouldn't call a foul, but I went into my shot anyway, so, you know, I had plenty of time.
Can you just speak to the disappointment? Obviously, it was a close game that went down to the last few seconds, but now you are down 3-1 heading back to Miami.
It's very disappointing. We let one get away on our own floor. Not only that, but you know, I thought the points in the paint, you know, was the biggest difference. We didn't allow that in Game 3, and in Game 4, man, we gave away too many points, too many easy baskets. LeBron shot 19 free throws, put him in the line too many times, but we still had a chance to win. We just didn't get it done.
Joe, are you guys okay with him going for what he was going for, as long as you guys were playing the way you were?
Well, I thought we done a great job of limiting the other guys. You know, he got it going, you know, pretty early. And, you know, it seems that the first quarter is when he, you know, kind of starts it off. But, you know, defensively, you know, we had guys, you know, like I said, we gave him too many points in the paint. We had guys in foul trouble early, so, you know, it's hard for guys to take fouls, you know, early in the game. But, you know, it was a tough one.
Joe, going down 3-1, going back to Miami, have you guys talked about that yet in the locker room after this game? Or?
Not really. Only thing we talked about was just taking it, you know, one game, one possession at a time. Obviously, the series is not over, but you know, we really have to have some urgency going to Miami, and you know, we got to come out of there with one.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
Erik in the back. When LeBron gets on a roll like that, is it a matter of you let him take it over? Is it a matter of LeBron's going to take it over anyway? Or is it a matter of you were sort of running other stuff to create other stuff and LeBron was just a force at that point?
Yeah, I mean, look, he reads the game. We've talked about this many times. He reads the game as well as anybody that's played this game and whatever's needed. He was simply indefatigable, is that how you say it? And just the entire game, on both ends of the court, having to manage foul trouble and make plays on both ends. But he did it, his aggressiveness within the context of what we do. It can't be 1-on-5 against this team. As good as and talented as he is, you have to execute offense, and he's the best end of offense option that there is. But he was reading the game, and you know, the biggest play of the game after scoring that many points was getting off the ball. And it's a play that he's been criticized many times in our 3 years for making that type of play that led to a hockey assist, you know, to CB. So he was fantastic tonight. It wasn't anything we talked about. He just, you know, he has a way of sensing what we need.
Erik, you played him through in the fourth quarter, played the entire second half. Was there any thought to giving...
Say that word again. But, no, I looked at him. I was going to start the quarter with him and go from there. Then at some point before the 6-minute timeout, I asked him, I said, hey, I could get you out now. You know, there could be a foul, and it could be a 45-second break, and then get the full timeout. He said, no, I'm not coming out right now. And so, I kind of said it. It wasn't. I didn't really mean it, but just to see if he needed it. And, you know, whatever it takes at this point. You know, at this point in the competition.
And that last play that you were talking about, where he got off the ball, can you go through that a little bit and ended up with a Bosch 3?
Yeah, we just we run an action. You know, we run. And Dwayne made the right read. Garnett was right there, though, as he always is. He sniffed it out, and the only play to make was to get off the ball. But when you have a night going like that, and he had overpowered in the paint a few times in similar plays like that, I just don't think he would have gotten a good shot off with that double team with Garnett there. And he just showed great poise and trust to be able to make the right play. And it's a basketball play that he just feels, and he got off it without thinking about the consequences, and you know, that's what makes him unique.
Erik, Chris 1 of 5 on 3-pointers till then. I know you tell him to keep shooting it. It's your shot. That's your play. Were you setting Chris up for those shots throughout that, knowing they were doubling LeBron? And when Chris stepped into it, was there the same sort of confidence as
Yeah,
some
the
of
last
the other shots?
one. That's right in his wheelhouse, the corner one. And the swing three is his very best one. But when he's open out there and he's creating a lot of spacing for us, we don't want him thinking. That's the worst thing for a shooter. And so we could sit back and judge every single three and say, is this the right one, is that not the right one? But our three-point shooters, we want them to have a free mind, and he is one of our best ones. But he has a tougher balance than the rest of our three-point shooters. He has to do a lot of other things as well.
Coach, what's the game plan going into the next game to try to close this out?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to go back and just regroup. Yeah, we have respect for this game we're playing. You know, there's nothing easy that's going to happen in this series.
Coach, how concerned were you when LeBron picked up those couple of fouls toward the end?
Yeah, it's a concern. You can't take him out at that point. We've been through these situations in the playoffs, so yes, he's fouled out of 2 games, important games in the last 3 years, going down the stretch. But he was able to do it with technique and not foul out tonight.
Hey, Coach, how concerned are you about getting minutes, production, whatever, from that Vadier, Rashard Lewis, James Jones kind of slot, and how are you going to divide minutes in that slot going forward?
We'll figure it out, whatever's needed. We have trust in our guys, and I don't want them thinking about anything. Well, if anything, going into the next game at home, I want those guys super aggressive. And if that means that they touch it and that thing is gone, they have the absolute neon green light. I don't want them thinking about it, particularly in our building.
Erik, you touched on this to your left. You touched on this earlier, but LeBron was obviously dominating the ball there and playing very well, but it seemed like he was willing, just before even that last play, to start moving at the end. Can you talk about just maybe that wouldn't have happened in the past?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've come a long way, and even though it appears as if one player is dominating the entire offense the whole way through, there's much more poise in running offense and executing offense, and then utilizing the best end of offense option in the game, but showing trust and executing. And there was a stretch there during the fourth quarter where we were getting good looks. They weren't going down. Some of the three-point looks were running some actions, but the guys stayed with it. And, he read the game from there and found ways to break free and get into the paint. But he understands the big picture of execution, and it just can't be 1-on-5.
Erik, you didn't, here in the middle, you didn't want to have to say indefatigable again, but what are just some of the other adjectives that come to mind when you walk off the court after watching him play a game like that?
I mean, we could go on, and it's not a disrespect to LeBron in this game. He was what was needed, on the road, and that's what makes him, the best player in the game. Whatever's needed, and it could be on either side of the game. And sometimes that means facilitating, and sometimes that means just going out of the box and scoring 49.
Coach John Schumann, NBA.com. Defense improved on the other night, or is it?
We're trying to crack the code. It's not an easy code, and that's why for the aficionado out there, it's a compelling matchup. We try to get to what we get to, but they're a very clever, smart team with veteran players. You're not going to rush them, and you won't speed them up, but we have to do it enough, so we can get to our game.
So is it the defensive concerns more about the matchup than your own?
It always becomes about who can get to who. We're trying to impose our game, but they're trying to impose theirs, and like I said, they're a veteran, poised offensive team. So you're not going to force them to cough up an inordinate amount of unnecessary turnovers.
Erik, the Nets bench had 28 points tonight. They've been a bit of a surprise in the series so far. What do you do to limit them in game time?
Well, we have to do it better. Well, we just have to keep on coming and make it tough. We've shown in the past to get better as the series goes on. We're still trying to figure it out. and they do present some challenges, so we need to get better and hopefully have our best game at home. Okay, thank you.
That's Network, Jason. I think last time, about 2.5 minutes left in the game. What did you see out of the way that the Heat were able to close that out and how did your guys play?
Well, I think both teams were trying to find a way to make a basket. Both teams were playing pretty good defense. And, you know, Bosch knocks down a three in the corner. But before that, you know, both teams were struggling. Both teams defensively were holding pat, and you know, they made the shot and we didn't.
Fairly conservative nights from the rest of the lineup, but LeBron with 49 points. What do you make of that? How do you evaluate the defensive effort on him tonight from your guys?
Oh, he was the only one. I mean, he was going, and a lot of his shots were in the paint, and we tried to keep him out of the paint. It's a little bit harder when you know, talk about it, because he's not going to settle. And you know, tonight he didn't settle. He put pressure on our defense, but that being said, 49 points, we still have, you know, the game is tied, and we have a chance to win.
Jason, over here. Devin Carpetian with the Brooklyn game. Was the idea to go to Joe Johnson last couple possessions because LeBron had 5 fouls and you're hoping to, you know, create something out of that, or were you just going with the guy because he's been the guy all year?
Well, one, he's a very talented player, and we want him to touch the ball. And we're not trying to foul LeBron out. We're just trying to play the game and see what presents itself. Because when you start to try to foul someone out, it doesn't tend to work. So we got the ball to our best player, and he had some good looks. It just didn't go down.
Anyone else?